Hey guys, welcome to Skyclan Nasi. In today's video, we are going to use these AA batteries and put it on an airplanes and check whether these batteries have enough juice to power our airplanes. These batteries are commonly used in daily applications like maybe TV remotes, toys and wall clocks, and even these transmitters use the same AA batteries. So they are pretty much used in every low current application devices. The brushless motors used in model aviation consumes a lot of power, and they require batteries which can deliver constant amount of current for some duration of time at least. So this is one of the LiPo battery I've been using for all airplanes. It's rated at 11.1 volts and nominal, and on full charge it goes up to 12.6 volts. And it says 1500 milliamp capacity and rated at 30 C discharge. The C rating determines the discharge of a battery. In this case it's 30, so 30 multiplied by the capacity of the battery in ampere hours gives the safe current discharge from the battery. For more information on LiPo batteries, you can check out a blog post on C ratings and safety of LiPo batteries. Link is given in the description box below. So back in the early 80s, model airplanes were powered by one of these brushed canned brushed DC motors, and they're all carbon brushed and draw a lot of current and highly inefficient. These motors were back then powered by nickel cadmium battery packs. So the overall setup were highly inefficient, and at the max you get, those airplanes could fly for like about 8 to 10 minutes with huge aspect ratio wings. So later on came the high efficient brushless DC motors and the lithium polymer batteries, lithium ion batteries, and one of the first production RC helicopters was the Skylark Ishimasa from Japan. It used nickel cadmium batteries to power the two can brushed motors in parallel. So for this video I have these Duracell batteries rated at around 1.5 volts nominal, and there's no other readings mentioned on it. So I'm using this 980 kV Emax brushless DC motor which is rated at 180 watts. So we need a lot of power. So if we have to get around 12 volts from these batteries, I need to pack around 8 of them connected in series in order to get at least 12 volts. So let's get 8 batteries and solder them all in series. Firstly, let me pack 4 of the batteries in series and solder some wires to connect them together. Here I am using 22 AWG silicon wires. Cut it for certainly some required length and peel off the insulation. When soldering these wires, make sure you heat up the wire first and then apply some lead. Let's do it for all wires and solder them together. Once you're done with the soldering, let's check the voltage of the 4 batteries in series. it shows around 6.2 to 6.3 volts. So doubling these 4 batteries will give us around 12.6 volts hopefully. So now let's solder other set of batteries as well, then connect them together. It was hard time soldering all these battery leads. Since these battery leads are quite shiny, it's really quite smooth. It's really difficult to solder on them. So I had to sand the surface before soldering it to them. Usually these batteries are connected together by using some metal plates which are electrically shorted. But since I don't have the setup, I am using just soldering iron. So now let's check the voltage across all the 8 batteries in series. It shows around 12.4 volts and it's enough to power a brushless DC motor, rated at 180 watts. So now for the main output wires, I am using these 16 AWG silicon rubber wires. Let's cut some sufficient length and remove the tip insulation. So when soldering these wires, make sure you heat up the strands first properly and then apply some lead. Make sure you don't apply excess amount of lead. So now let's add some lead onto the metal on the connector. And then heat the metal and then insert the other end of the wire and solder it firmly. Heat the shrink tubes and shrink them to avoid open connections. I'll solder one of these JST connectors so that I can directly plug into a voltage checker to measure the voltage. So now we are done with the battery pack. We have ready and it shows about 12.7 volts. So now we are done with the battery pack and let's put it on an airplane and test it out. Let's take it out for flying. So I have this battery pack soldered all together and it shows up to 12.7 volts. I've not used it yet, so it shows fully charged. It's not a rechargeable battery though, but yeah. So the voltage cannot be seen, I guess, in the sun. It shows about 12.7. So yeah, let's put it on a plane and test it out. I'm installing this battery on the plane and there's no much compartment in the plane left to insert the battery though. Okay, so I've installed the battery now and yeah, I'll just simply screw the wing. So let me first turn on my transmitter, then plug the battery. Whoa, it powers the airplane. Cool. So yeah guys, the battery is installed and it looks, oh, it has power to run the motor. Yeah. So let's chuck it into the air and check it out. So let's try with full throttle launch now and let's check it out. I'm full throttle all the time, so the plane has become quite heavy with these batteries, and after two flights, let me check the voltage once. So now it shows around 11.7 volts. It had about 12.7 and there's a drop of 1 volt for just about 10 seconds of flight. So this is a very bad choice to fly airplanes. So let's still try it out once again. I'm going to launch it again with full throttle. Oh guys, so I almost destroyed my beautiful airplane. It still looks fine, so I'm not going to leave it as such. I'm going to try it fly once again. So let's try it once again. So that was a really bad idea, trying these AA batteries on airplanes. After the flight, soon the battery voltage will drop, but now the voltage shows around 12.1. So these batteries have enough voltage, but because of its high internal resistance, they cannot deliver a large amount of current. So yeah, so in a nutshell, this is not a good choice for RC airplanes. It best suits on toys. So yeah, if you guys want us to test some other set of batteries on RC airplanes, please do let us know in the comment section below. So that's for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and please consider subscribing to us. Thank you. See you next time.